You're a sunflower. You're a sunflower.
Hey everyone, Eric with a K here. Today's video is going to be on all the different uses for a sunflower and how we did it and things that worked and things that didn't work and the reasons behind both. I think it's best to have freshly cut sunflowers, but ours were in water for a little bit and I think it made some things a little bit more questionable than others. But you're going to want to cut the head off first and you're going to take the petals and you're going to put those aside because we're going to make some tea with those later. There's also like flowers, I think they're called, that are right on the top, and so you just want to like pull those off. If you wanted to propagate these by taking out the seeds, it's one level beneath these flowers that we're showing right here. But all these little flower things that I'm taking off can be saved and used in tea, which I will show you guys towards the end of this video. So just lightly rub it off. And I wanted to try it for myself because my husband was doing it. Lightly rub it off. And that's what you do. We're going to fast forward a bit, and this is what it should look like. We're actually going to bake this sunflower head. So you could see some of the sunflowers were already forming, like the actual seeds with the shell around it were already forming, and you can kind of see those gray pieces on there, but the other ones hadn't formed yet. So these we're going to put aside, like I said, and now we're just going to rinse off the actual sunflower head, and we're going to get ready to cook it. So just rinse it under some cold water, just in case there's any bugs or anything like that on it. I doubt it, but just in case. And then we're going to put these in a little bowl just to kind of set aside and let it dry out. I wound up like laying these out in front of the sun so that they can really dry out and be used as tea leaves. We're going to take some fake butter and garlic and we're going to just make a little mixture to put on the sunflower head. And what we did was we put it in the broiler for about 15 minutes, but you should really bake it as well. We just were not that sure what to do. It was still delicious, but I do think that you should bake it, make sure it's cooked, and then you can broil it just to kind of give it that final taste at the end. I don't know, just, you know, if you want to broil it. If you don't, I guess, but I would definitely bake it as well, but we're going to show you guys that in a second. This was our first time doing it, so you don't have to put this much butter and garlic on yours. You can do everything to taste. I mean, don't listen to us. Like I said, we were kind of nervous about this. We didn't know what to expect, so we thought, well, no matter what, it has butter and garlic on it, so it will be fine. But do it to your liking. You're just going to want to bake this up. We also put a little salt and pepper because why not? And now it's ready to go in the oven. So like I said, we just broiled it, but you really should also bake it. But ours came out great anyway. Well, actually, I guess we did bake it here, but not for long enough. We didn't bake it for long enough. But anyway, do as I say, not as I do. This was our first time and we were just beginners. Yes, that's what we did. So we put the oven on bake to get it hot, and then we just broiled it. But I think that you should actually bake it and then broil it. But like I said, it was delicious either way. Okay, now we're going to go on to the leaves. No, we're not. We're not going to do that yet. So we had a bunch of different varieties, and we wanted to make sure that we dried them. Wow, I totally brain farted, couldn't think of what I was going to say. We wanted to make sure we dried them so that we can take the seeds out once they're dry, and then we can try to grow our own next year because these were not homegrown, and I think homegrown are better. But before we dried them, we took out all the petals and the flowers as I had shown you in the beginning, and we're going to dry those as well, but separately, and we're going to put those into tea. Again, I'll show you that at the end. Just to dry these, I just put a rubber band on the bottom of like a bunch of them, and then I put some yarn through them so that I can just hang them up. It's pretty simple. It's just like drying like regular flowers or roses or anything like that. And again, if these were freshly cut, I think it would have been better. We had a little bit of problem because the stalks were wet. So some of them were getting like a little bit moldy when we tried to dry them, but that's just because of circumstance. If you just try to dry them regularly, it's not going to happen. Now we're going to take the leaves that were on here and we're going to saute them. This was actually both of our favorite part of eating this whole thing. Sauteing the leaves was absolutely delicious. And again, we're going to go in with, I believe we used butter and garlic and salt and pepper, the same old hits. We just did the same thing and we figured, well, we never did this before, so I'm sure it will be fine. At this point, the baking of the sunflower head was done, so we took it out of the oven, but like I said, we should have baked it longer and then we could have broiled it. Okay, I'm beating a dead horse on that one. And now we're putting the butter and the garlic in the pan, and this is to saute the leaves. Like I said, this was our actual favorite part. As always, make sure that you rinse the leaves good. We don't want any bugs or anything like that on our food. And then when we're done, we're just going to let them kind of rinse off a little bit, put them in the pan and put a lid on it so that they can cook down. Think of it almost like a spinach or some kind of leaf. It's a leafy green, but think of it something like that, where like it's definitely going to cook down a lot and it's not going to be nearly as much. Or even like a bok choy. I don't know if you've ever made that. It cooks down and it gets like really squishy, I guess. I mean, I guess that would be like any kind of leaf green. Anyway, we thought it was delicious, but we're just going to like continue to put our salt and pepper on it, and we're just going to let it cook while we do other things because we're very busy today doing a lot of sunflower things today. Like I said, put a lid on it, let it saute, and as this is sauteing, we're gonna move back over to the actual sunflower head, and we're going to eat that. So what we did was we cut it in half. Oh, my husband wanted to put some olive oil on it. Are we extra? Yes. Do I recommend eating it like this all the time? No, definitely not, because it's probably very high in calories and probably just not very good for your arteries because we put so much fake butter and oil on it. But we've never done this before, like I said, so we're just trying to live a little. Some more salt and pepper because we didn't know what to expect and we didn't want it to taste like dirt. It doesn't taste like dirt. It's actually delicious. But okay, then we're gonna cut it in half and then we're actually gonna try it on camera. Almost looks like a mushroom inside, but it does not taste like one. I feel like it tastes more like popcorn, I think was the general idea, or like corn on the cob. It tastes more like in the corn family than like a mushroom or anything like that.
Oh, it's nice.
I think bite it like this. Cheers. I got a bit of seed in mine. It's got corn vibes.
Mm-hmm. Corn, artichoke.
Mm-hmm. All the individual seeds, you see them?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to bite. I wonder if it's like over-ripened or anything.
Feels like an actual seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a few of those.
But they're not hard when you bite them.
Because they're not dried out and roasted yet.
Oh. In just the amount of time that we took to eat that, our leaves are now sauteed. Our garlic is a bit burnt, and we were a little nervous about that because burnt garlic is pretty gross, but you'll see us eat that in a second as well.
Want to show them?
Yeah, let's mix it up a little bit.
It's a little kale-like.
It's very kale-like. It's very spinachy. Added some butter to it. How do I get it to like focus on it? It might be bitter.
You want to share it like Lady in the Tramp?
No. I want a piece of my own, you rat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good.
Because of fried zucchini.
Mmm.
That's very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
I think in my mind, you know when people do the zucchini flowers, they fry them up?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the taste in my mind that I think of them, like a fried taste like that.
Okay.
Also, there is a lot of butter here, which makes it extra buttery delicious and oily. I'm not a fan of the way the little like textures of the spikies are. What do you think of that?
I can see what you're saying. Tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit like burnt garlic, but it's good.
So here's our tea leaves and flour that's just sitting out, and I'm really excited to show you guys that. But first I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to put it in, I'm going to take like the really colorful ones and I'm going to put it in a boiling pot of water and I'm going to attempt to dye a shirt. Here are some reasons why I think it didn't work out according to plan, but first I'm going to show you what I did. So I put these flowers in here and I let it boil for a bit. And while I let it boil, we just wound up working on the stalks of the sunflowers. So the stalks of them, when you cut them in half, they're very hard to cut and they're also very hard to scoop out this inside, but there's a white piece inside. And basically if you take like a spoon or something that you're comfortable using, you can scrape out the inside and that can be turned into like a flour for your baking. So that's what we did. So we put the oven on 170. We laid it out on a reusable baking sheet. We put it in the oven at 170 degrees for about 2 hours and we just let it bake. While the inside of the stalks were baking to turn into flour, I decided to take out this shirt. I know it seems like totally disconnected from this video, but if you don't forget, I have those petals on the oven that are boiling and I'm going to try to make dye out of it. This is my first time ever attempting this, but I decided to kind of cut up this shirt first and take it into this century because it's just like a super dated shirt. And so I went in and I cut along and decided that this is what I want the shirt to look like instead. Instrumental break. I got some kisses from my husband. I love when he does that. So he does it all the time now. And then I wound up putting the shirt in the boiling thing of petals. So here's the reasons I think I went wrong. I did not pre-treat this fabric, this article of clothing. I did not pre-treat it to dye, and also I don't think I had enough petals in there, and I didn't put a lot of petals in because I wanted to save it for tea, and we didn't have that many petals, so I kind of did it really sparingly, and those are the two reasons I think it didn't dye. It did give it a bit of a tint. It kind of made it look like a more vintagey color instead of it being like a stark white, but that was the outcome. But I'll show you guys later. Maybe, I don't even know if I show you guys later, but at this point our inside of the stalk is ready to be used, and you'll know when it's ready because when you take a piece, you can break it really easily. It's not like the way it is when it comes out of the stalk. It's very easy to break. So we wound up putting these in a blender and we turned it into like a fine powder. I totally had a video of that, but unfortunately I deleted it. But I turned it into a fine powder and then I put it into this. This was just like a banana bread pudding is what I call it. It's something that I just kind of made up on the fly, and we used the inside of the stalk once it was baked as flour. Once we grind it, why am I struggling so hard to talk? We used it as flour at this point. We popped it in the oven, and let me tell you, this was so delicious. I don't know how much I can attribute to the sunflower flour, but it was so delicious that the next night my husband was like, "Can you make that again?" And I was like, "I don't have the sunflower flour. Like, what am I supposed to do now?" So I had to come up with a different way of doing it. Just use regular flour at that point. It wasn't that serious, but it was really cool to be able to bake with it as well. This is what it looked like when we were ready to eat it. I call it our little fairy dessert. And I'm going to wrap up this video by talking about a few more things that I didn't get great content of. So I did try to propagate some of these. None of this worked. They all got moldy and disgusting. So I do not recommend. We did take out the seeds from the flowers that we were drying, the ones that were hanging upside down. We took out all the seeds and I stored some of them in a plastic airtight container in a cabinet and some of them in the refrigerator because I wasn't sure where to store them better, but I will have a full report on that once I try to grow them. And then this is how I wound up laying out the tea. So I put this on the windowsill and I just let it all kind of lay out flat instead of having the petals in a jar because I feel like they weren't going to get dry enough for that. And plus aesthetically, how pretty does this look? I let this sit out for a few days before we used it. And then I have these little things that I got from Five Below. They're just like little cheapy tea things. And we warmed up the kettle. We put some flowers in each one, and then we used it. We're huge tea drinkers. We drink tea almost every night, usually calamine tea. Does it hold a candle to calamine tea? No, it doesn't. Is it very earthy? If you like an earthy taste, yes, it's super earthy. I believe we used agave and lemon, but try different things. It's just fun to use every piece of it. And I did not measure my water very good on this one. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video and got inspired to try something new and just enjoy Earth. I love you guys so much. Bye.